Hey folks, today we're going to chat about how to keep your rights safe when the police want your ID. In the US, we can say no to showing our ID unless we did something wrong, but not every police officer knows this, and some might try to make us give up our rights. The whole thing got recorded and shared online, showing how some police officers might try to get our personal info in an unfair way. Mr. Officer kept asking for the person's ID, even though they didn't do anything wrong. When asked who he was, Mr. Officer first said no but later gave his name and badge number after being asked a bunch of times. This situation highlights how important it is to know your rights when dealing with the
Got Ellis and Hill, two clowns. This guy pulled us over because he said we're driving around and look suspicious. So that's a reason to stop the vehicle.
I already explained it to your driver.
Yeah. Mind your business, bro. Why don't you go to a stop? Why don't you go pull someone over that's actually committing a traffic infraction?
What you were doing is very suspicious.
That's not a crime. Suspicion is not a crime. It's not a reason to pull somebody over.
Reasonable suspicion allows us to stop vehicles to ensure that they're not committing or going to commit a crime.
It's not true.
The way your driving behavior, the driver of your vehicle was doing was suspicious.
Yeah, we did that on purpose so you would pull us over like an idiot.
So you're intentionally driving in a suspicious manner to draw police officers' attention. Do you understand how that would be a non-violation of the
blah
the
blah
law?
blah blah blah? Dude, you're wasting tax dollars. Get in your fucking vehicle and drive away. Let's go.
Actually, you are causing the waste of tax dollars by continuing this conversation instead of getting in your vehicle and leaving.
I don't have to leave.
I don't either.
You don't either? You're being paid to be a law enforcement officer.
That's correct, and I am enforcing the law.
What law?
I told your driver what I
And
was doing.
what's the vehicle code?
The reasonable suspicion for the stop.
Quote the vehicle code.
It was a reasonable
California
suspicion
vehicle
stop.
code. What is it?
It was a reasonable suspicion stop, as I
So
explained.
no California vehicle
As
code.
I explained
Exactly.
to your driver.
So no vehicle code.
As I explained to your driver, is a reasonable suspicion. So you have a good night, sir.
Goodbye.
You
Put your
take care.
seatbelts on, okay?
You too. I would hate for anybody to get injured. Sir, you need to take that light out of my face.
It's not in your face. Make sure you put your seatbelt on. Seatbelt. 10, 12. Good job.
Sir, you need to get away from this car.
Put your seatbelt on.
You need to get away from the car.
Put your seatbelt on.
It's
It's
an
not on.
officer safety issue. You need to get away.
No, there's no law. Officer safety is
Get
not a
on the
law.
sidewalk. Get on the
Officer
sidewalk.
safety is not a law.
Get on
Put
the
your
sidewalk.
fucking seatbelt on, clown.
Get on the sidewalk.
God, you're an idiot. Put your seatbelt on.
Get on the sidewalk, sir.
Come on, there you go. Officer safety. Put your seatbelt on.
I understand that.
You know, 95% of officer deaths are from traffic accidents,
I
right?
know, that's why we have the below 100.
Good job. I'm so glad you put it on. Now you're going to be safe.
In the United States, you have the right to stay silent and say no to answering questions from the police. This right is protected by the Fifth Amendment of the US Constitution. It's crucial to remember that you don't have to give any information, including your name or ID. If the police don't have a good reason to think you've committed a crime, are about to, or are suspected of it. If the police have a reasonable suspicion that you might be involved in a crime, they can stop and briefly detain you to investigate further. The video shows how a man used his right to stay silent and refused to give his ID, even when officers repeatedly asked for his name. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember you have the right to stay silent and say no to police questions. Be polite and respectful, but firm in your refusal. You can say something like, "I'm sorry, but I prefer not to answer any questions without a lawyer present." Remind them you're not doing anything wrong and you have the right to take pictures or walk on the street. Our constitutional rights are crucial for a free and democratic society. We have the right to free speech, peaceful assembly, and express ourselves without fear of punishment. When authorities violate these rights, it's our duty as citizens to hold them accountable and stand up for our rights. It's also important to know you have the right to record the police encounter, as long as you don't interfere with their work. You can use your phone or another device to document what's happening. This can be useful if you need to prove the police violated your rights, or if you want to file a complaint. In conclusion, knowing your rights and how to handle encounters with the police is crucial. Staying silent and refusing to ID yourself is one of these rights, especially if you haven't committed a crime. You should use it if you feel uncomfortable or intimidated. Remember to be polite but firm in your refusal, and if needed, record the conversation to document what's happening. By understanding and exercising your rights, you can protect yourself and avoid unnecessary legal trouble. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, don't be afraid to use your rights and stand up for yourself. If you want to learn more about this topic, check out other videos on the channel. Stay safe out there, And always remember that you have rights. Share your thoughts on the officer's actions in the comments, give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Visit the channel to appreciate the person for standing up for our rights. Find the links in the description.